Hey folks, today I'm going to give you 5 tips to make your wedding reception better. Thank you so much for watching. I was talking to someone today who actually has been married for years and is not a DJ. And she told me that she loves watching these videos and she really enjoys them. So thank you to everybody who does watch them. I thought it was just engaged people and DJs. If you like the video, please share it. Please leave me a comment below. And if you're getting married, go to djbenboylan.com and schedule a conversation. Thanks. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 tips to make your wedding reception better. These are all great tips and they're really going to help you, in planning your reception. Number 1 is pay your vendors beforehand. A lot of vendors ask to be paid beforehand. Not all do. I didn't used to. I used to just collect my fee at the end of the wedding. But you really want to just get this done with so that you don't have to worry about it. And even more so, that someone's not bothering you during your wedding day about getting paid. I used to leave this until the end of the night. And there were several times that the couple would be like talking to people, hugging them, their cousin or a friend was about to leave, and like I was like almost done, like breaking down, and they were still saying their goodbyes, and I'm like standing there kind of like this is awkward, and being like, could I talk to you for a minute? So you don't want that kind of thing to happen. And now my policy is that my final balance is due before the ceremony starts. That's just so I don't have to bother my couples. So I would say just get this done with before your wedding day, especially before the wedding. And even if you're going to have your planner, your event planner, pay the vendors, just give it to them and then don't think about it, because this is not something you want to be worrying about on your wedding day. And one disclaimer on that is that if that's really the way you want to do it, if you feel more comfortable paying your vendors at the end of the wedding for whatever reason, that's fine. That's your right. Go ahead and do that. I'm just trying to make things as stress-free for you as I can. That's one of my number one goals as a wedding vendor, is to make everything easy and stress-free. But if that's how you want to do it, that's okay. Okay, the second tip, number 2, is don't sit your hard of hearing guests right in front of the speakers. I've had this happen to me many times, and I feel really bad for them because during dinner, they can't hear themselves speak at their table because they're close to the speakers. Before your wedding, you can ask the venue or your event planner where the speakers are going to be, and then you can plan to seat those hard of hearing guests on the other side of the room if possible, or just away from the speakers. Okay, the third tip is try to make your dance floor smaller than you would think it needs to be, if possible. It's hard for people to get started dancing in a really big dance floor. Even if there's a lot of people, if the dance floor is really huge, people feel kind of awkward being the first people in the middle of a big dance floor with everybody looking at them. Now, if you're getting married in a traditional wedding venue that has like a giant ballroom, there's really not much you can do about that, besides hiring a really good DJ who is going to get everybody dancing. But a lot of the venues that I work at in Brooklyn, they're kind of like raw spaces, so you can do whatever you want. And I have seen people kind of make a dance floor with furniture, like they put the tables in a certain way, or there's sofas and they can kind of line off the dance floor with objects and make it smaller. If you've been to a really good party, you know that sometimes being in a packed, sweaty dance floor is kind of fun. And I think that that's much better than being in a really big dance floor that's kind of sparsely occupied. A smaller one that's really full feels more fun and more like a party. Okay, number 4 is ask your DJ for music suggestions. Sometimes my couples will fill out their music worksheet and they will put down things that I think maybe they don't really listen to, things like Frank Sinatra, Black Eyed Peas, very obvious choices. And maybe they do, but it almost feels like they're putting down what they think a wedding playlist should be. So sometimes I'll ask them, and their answer sometimes cracks me up. They say, well, I didn't know what kind of music I should choose for the night, so I asked my friend and they told me what to put down. Once again, this is your wedding and you can do whatever you like, but if your friend works in the HR department of an insurance company and you have hired this person whose life, my life's work, is choosing music and studying music and coming up with interesting music choices, if you've hired this person who is like that, why not ask them for help choosing music? Say, at home I listen to this kind of music. Do you have any ideas of things that would fit or a cool theme? I love coming up with those things. I love talking about music and coming up with cool ideas. And if you feel like your DJ doesn't, that might be problematic, but that's really the way I feel about it. So I'm not sure if everyone is going to agree with me on this one, but I think if you hired a music expert, why not ask them for suggestions if you need them? Okay, number 5 is called Get Your Mentals Right. And I'm not qualified to give this advice, but here we go. This is obviously one of the biggest days of your life, and you're going to have a lot more fun in every part of your wedding if you are feeling happy, excited, and just ready to party. So if there's anything you can do to prepare, try to do it. I don't know if it would be talking to someone beforehand, coming up with a plan, whatever. But having a really great, happy, positive attitude is one thing I have seen in many couples who have a great wedding. And I want you to have a great wedding too. So if it's possible, try and, get your emotional vibe right on that day. So that's it. What do you think of the tips I gave? Do you agree with them? What would you add or change? What did I leave out? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I really do love that. And if you're getting married and looking for a DJ, go to djbenboylan.com so we can talk about me DJing your wedding. Thank you.